So exciting ang possibilities for 2005. It's the year of the serpent, pero hindi pa po nag-start ang Chinese New Year. Technically, it's still the year of the dragon. Pero hindi ko gawan ng eksena dahil talagang specialty ito ni Attorney Nick Nangit. So ako, I can't wait for his New Year's predictions. Magaling kasi si Attorney Nick eh. Plus very entertaining. Hi kay Yuda Force. Nax. Okay. So meanwhile, we did talk a little about yung kay Erwin Tulfo. Ang nakakapagtaka is deadma ang response nila sa atin. Pero mahirap rin kasi for them to figure out kung paano nila sasagutin ito. Ang lumabas kasi nga ay apparently, ayan na nga, nag-leak na yung mga documents from the Commission on Appointments na alam natin yan yung mga issues because we remember this in 2022. Ito yung issue kung bakit hindi po siya naipasa ng Commission on Appointments. Natuwa nga ako kasi sabi ni Batotoy, can he be disqualified? Sa ngayon, it has to be, ganito kasi yung nakalagay sa batas. He has to have all the qualifications and none of the disqualifications. Kailan ba rin nagkakaroon ng disqualifications? Kapag siya po ay may civil interdiction or mayroon siyang penalty ng disqualification. So ang penalty ng disqualification ay from criminal cases pag convicted for crimes involving moral turpitude or meron sa administrative case na may kasamang interdiction na hindi na sila pwedeng ever ma-appoint or ma-elect to a position. Ang lakas naman ng ways. Ayun. So, no, for this, he cannot be disqualified. Same din po yung kay like for instance kay Speaker Martin. Okay, so tingnan natin yung dalawang mga cases. Alam ko maraming mafo-frustrate dito sa explanation natin, pero never fear, may remedyo naman. So unang-una, ang in the case of Speaker Martin Romualdez, nabanggit yung pangalan niya sa isang case that's filed in Delaware. And the case is a dispute between two corporations. It was a corporate issue actually. Pero doon sa findings of fact ng hukuman, nasama po yung pag-go between, kumbaga, ni Speaker Martin, siya ay, nag-ahente sa mga Supreme Court justices daw para makakuha ng paborableng desisyon para dun sa Resorts World. Resorts World. Hindi Resorts World, my bad. Yung Okada Resort. Sorry, I apologize vehemently. Okay. So yan, dun sa Okada. So, but he is not a party to that case. Ibig sabihin, hindi siya kasama dun sa nagdimandahan. Therefore, he was not on trial. Kung siya po ay on trial, then the decision will be binding on him. Tapos pwedeng ang gawin is to see if that decision can be enforced here if he is a party. But he was not a party. He was not impleaded in that case. Kasi nga, it was really between two corporations. At hindi po siya kasama dun sa korporasyon na yon, at least base dun sa court documents. Now, we also have to be careful pagdating sa pag-cite ng kaso na ito kasi maliwanag dun sa desisyon that the Supreme Court's decision ay taliwas dun sa representasyon ni Speaker Martin ayon dun sa kaso na siya ay kaya niyang kumbinsihin yung mga justices supposedly for a fee of heavy luggage. So pag tinignan ninyo, Speaker Martin is not a party to that case. Therefore, that the decision there does not bind him. Kung may findings yung hukuman doon, hindi siya bound by those findings. However, one can use the decision ng Delaware Court and submit it to the Office of the Ombudsman, or the Ombudsman can actually take cognizance of the case to initiate an investigation into possible attempt at corrupting the Supreme Court justices. Okay, next. Doon naman sa kaso ni Congressman Erwin Tulfo. So si Congressman Erwin ay supposedly pinangalan doon sa mga dokumento na nilabas ni Madam Maharlika at sinasabi na may findings, administrative findings ang US Embassy or ang US authorities na siya po ay nag-falsify ng kanyang passport at kanyang documents representing himself to be a US citizen and representing himself to be named Erich Sylvester. Ewan ko kung Erich din yung pag-pronounce kasi di ba may artista na Erich na parang ang awkward para sa akin ng pangalan. Gayon pa man, pangalan niya yun. So, Sabi ni Bals Obakni, can't he be charged with perjury for falsification of public documents? Si Speaker Martin ito, what public document po ang finalsify niya? So, kung ma-answer nyo po yun, na it has to be a sworn statement. So, ibig sabihin, kung perjury, under oath yan. So, kung falsification, anong document nga po yun? Ngayon, kung it is Congressman Erwin Tulfo, then the falsification of public documents usually refers to Philippine documents. I have not seen it applied to foreign documents yet. That case could be tested here, but the complainant would be the US Embassy or US authorities here. So sila po yung may interest. Ito, sabi niya, Nilala, ang sabi ni Sas, binayaran ni Romualdez para siya ang maglakad ng kaso sa Supreme Court, yun yata ang may kaso siya. Actually, wala rin po. Kasi, if you look at the decision, ang ginawa, supposedly, ang ina-allege kay Speaker Martin is that he represented himself na kaya niyang magpa-issue ng decision ang Korte Suprema na paborable dito sa sa Okada. Kasi napunta na yung hinawakan na ni Kazuo Okada yung casino and resort, and they were tied up in a court case that was with the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court issued something like an injunction to allow Mr. Kazuo Okada to continue holding and operating the casino. So yun, wala pong there's no other case. It is just this case and his name is mentioned there. Now, pasintabi na lang po. Hindi naman din sinasabi ni Sas na may conviction siya or anything like that. Ang sinasabi is that his name is mentioned in court documents filed in the Delaware court. Okay? So ingat-ingat lang po dun sa ating mga sinasabi. We have to be precise para responsible din tayo na internet users, di ba? So hindi ko naiintindihan, Ma'am Lala, baka meron pa po kayong gustong sabihin, hindi lang kasi maliwanag. Are you saying na kinasuhan si Speaker Martin dito because I am unaware of any case filed against him as of now? Sabi ni President B, kung hindi magkaso ang US government against Eric Tulfo, pwede ba magkaso ang private individual? Actually, there is an existent administrative case against Mr. Tulfo na nalo na po ang US Embassy. The question is, does it render a disqualification? Hindi. Kasi nga, ang maliwanag is that if the administrative case imposes a penalty of disqualification and only a Philippine court can do that to affect your rights to vote. Sabi ni AI Love Ann, parang yung birth cert po. Opo, but like I said, the falsification of a public document that is a US document is not within the Philippine personality to assert. However, pwede yung US authorities. Well, para sa akin, we could possibly test that. Pwedeng i-test yan ng ombudsman na i-file yung kaso na mayroong falsification but it is of a US document. Sa ngayon kasi wala akong nakikita na cases that will support finding na kasi criminal case yan eh. So alam niyo naman sa criminal cases kapag mayroong reasonable doubt, it will affect the outcome, di ba? Pag may reasonable doubt, dismissal yan. So in this case, I have not seen any decision except though siguro when we were still under the US authorities, under the Commonwealth, na yung falsification is of a US document. Gusto ko kasi sure eh. Ang mas mahalaga is yung current disqualification niya dahil siya po ay may conviction for libel. Yun po ang pinakamalakas na kaso for his disqualification. Sabi ni Floren, hindi siya kasama dun sa case pero nakakahiya yung nakasama siya sa as stated sa case sa Delaware. Oo naman. Sabi ni President B, wala bang imprisonment in judgment ng US? Saka meron para makulong yung si Erich. Sino bang may ayaw? Yun nga yung iniintay ko. Bakit hindi siya kinakasuhan sa US na criminal? Kasi meron kaso na admin kaya binawi yung passport niya. Tapos inamin naman niya. Pero apparently, kasi tayo dito sa Pilipinas, mayroon tayong passport law. Yung falsification nun ay may kulong, mabigat ang penalty nun. Pero doon, hindi ko sure. At kung nagbabago in each state ang batas na yon. Sabi ni Ma'am Josephine, Mr. Tulfo should at least magkaroon ng hiya, bistadong manggugulang kakahiya. Para sa akin, there is also a ground na i-file yung case diyan sa Ethics Committee ng Kongreso at tignan natin, uupuan ba nila yan? Magde-decide ba sila or will they cop out? Alam nga naman i-ignore nila to. Sabi ni Ma'am Marites, Ma'am, next time po wag po all caps ha. May vlog si Attorney Kausing, mag-file yata. Si Mr. Kausing, mag-file yata sa Supreme Court against kay Eric Tulfo. Well, that person doesn't exist. So, Erwin Tulfo, it should be against Erwin Tulfo, aka Eric Sylvester Tulfo. Sabi ni James, so pwede po US citizen mag-file kaso against Eric fraud identity. Dun sa US, yes, of course. Oo, kasi criminal cases are territorial in nature. So, dapat doon siya makasuhan. Hi kay Ma'am Evelyn. Hi kay Marcelo Gonzalez who's watching from Scotland. Sabi ni Juan Faulo, nakakahiya ni Sylvester pa talaga napili niyang pangalan. As in Stallone, ano? Mytil says, may you have a prosperous New Year. Ay, sana all of us. Sabi ni Lala, not sure din attorney, narinig ko lang kay SAS at kay VP, result lang nagkaso sa Delaware bribery sa Philippine Supreme Court. Hindi, may findings. Ang Delaware Court, findings of fact yan. So it is pertinent to the Delaware case na ito ay isang paraan kasi pinapakita dun sa decision sa Delaware kung anong klase yung mga taong nagpapatakbo ng Okada. So, nalumapit pa sila kay Speaker Martin to try to get a decision from the Philippine Supreme Court that was not exactly in keeping with the law. So, yun nga, para sa akin, one grounds yan for investigation by the Ombudsman. Because dito nangyari, in the case of Speaker Martin, dito sa Pilipinas nangyari yan. Yung alleged crime na ganyan. So, one way or another, merong krimen. Hopefully lang, yung mga taga-Okada ay mag-file ng kaso. Kasi, he misrepresented himself, tumanggap siya ng pera at the very least, di ba? Sana kasuhan siya ng estafa. Pero kung hindi man, yun nga, yung attempt niya na kausapin ang ilang mga mahistrado ng Korte Suprema. Ang tanong, sana magtestigo yung allegedly kinausap niyang tatlong yon. Hindi yata napangalanan Sabi ni Ford Lady Matnog Amil, paano ang mga assets ni Tulfo sa US ma-forfeit ba? Since he cannot go back and hindi kasi siya papasok dun sa Miko or dun sa Magnitsky na nakikita ko kasi those are for crimes committed outside of the US. Now here, it's a crime against the federal government for the falsification of a federal document, which is the passport, as well as of the birth certificate. Yung passport po is a federal document. Pero, posible na they can act on his assets for attempting to commit fraud on the US government. Kaya lang so far, ang nakikita natin ay yung lang desisyon tungkol sa kanyang pasaporte. Sabi ni Madara, kung si Alice Guo, sabi ni Ontivero, spy ng China, si Erwin Tulfo kaya matatawag ni Honti na spy ng Amerika. May punto ka dyan. Nako, some things talaga may balik, Sabi ni Only, baka yan yung rampa niya. Erwin by day, Erich by night. Lupit nyo, grabe. Sabi ni Pendong, di na makakabalik ng US si Erwin dahil doon sa US Embassy order, kung dalawa ang passport niya, Eric at Erich. Well, hindi. Tinukoy na nga. Hindi Eric. Erich talaga. Yun yung findings ng So he will no longer, syempre, iimbestigahan na lahat ng mga visa applications niya for the US unless he goes there as an official covered by state immunity. Makakapunta, like somebody we know, di ba? Na may pending case, meron siyang court order for contempt in a US court pero dahil covered siya by immunity as head of state, pag nasa US siya, hindi siya po na-aresto. Sabi ni Len, the name Eric sounds like Hitler's SS men. Kulang na lang yung sino ba yung designer ng mga SS uniforms, yung itim? Designer yun na hanggang ngayon daw, still, bukas pa yung couture house na yan. Marlene Alba says, yung Sylvester daw po, kinuha sa middle name ng tatay nila Silvestre po. Tatay nila. Silvestre po kasi ang middle name ng tatay nila Tulfo. Oh, thank you Ma'am Marlene. Sabi ni Ma'am Sarah, ano na po ang status ni Erwin Tulfo since revoked ang US passport niya? Stateless na ba siya? Hindi po ma'am, hindi naman siya. He's still a Philippine citizen so far, ha? Diba? Hindi naman niya, in fact, he took his oath again as a Filipino citizen before he assumed office as DSWD. Sabi ni Pendong, dalawa passport ni Eric, yung isang Eric US citizen at isang Erwin US citizen din. Pareho po yung i-revoke because inamin naman niya na he is the same person. Yun, pwede. Sabi ni Sam, sana si Marley ka mag-file ng case against Eric. May punto ka dyan. At doon sa sa LA file. Sabi ni Lauro F. Avancenia, in fairness kay Eric, kasi US citizen nanay ko, isa daw sa question, do you want to change your name? Ay, hindi po. Nakita niyo yung decision? Meron siyang birth certificate na Eric Sylvester daw. June Bendecio says, malamang kung may mag-profile kay Erwin Tulfo para i-disqualify siya, uupuan lang yun ng COMELEC, magkakampi sila. Well, I hope not. Tingnan pa rin natin. Sabi ni Benji, sobrang nakakahiya mga politiko ngayon ng Pilipinas at sobrang kawawa na ang mga Pilipino, lalo na kami mga hampas lupa. May kasama ako dyan. Sabi ni Ma'am Bernadette Arguelles, sana napangalanan yung tatlo para swak talaga si Tamba doon. I agree. Diba? Pwede rin siguro na i-file yun sa disciplinary. Kaya lang yun nga kailangan i-verify yan dun sa alleged na kausap niya. Unless, nag-aano lang siya, na kumbaga staff wala naman pala siya talagang kausap. Noel Di Makulangan says, pwede bang suspended muna ang ayuda ng gobyerno habang panahon ng eleksyon? Mag-resume po ito ng June at doon ibibigay ang kabuuan mula January up to June. Iwas politika at iwas vote buying ng mga politikong nakapwesto. Yun naman po talaga yung rule, sir. Pero nagbago ang COMELEC. Biglang inalaw ng COMELEC. So titignan natin, di ba? Ano ba? Meron bang magkakaso sa COMELEC? Magki-question. Usually yan, kandidato ang magki-question tungkol dito sa bagong rule ng COMELEC. Kasi affected sila. Lalong-lalo na yung mga independents na walang laban dun sa mga kongresista na nag-aabot ng ayuda. Ma'am Marlene Alba says, to think na nakapasok po si Erwin sa military at nakapag-acquire ng social security card for 4 decades. Ganun katagal? Wow. Blunt and Tactless says, Eric is a German variant of Eric and pronounced Eric, as in wife. Eric. With the X as, not aspirate. With the aspirated X. Eric. Kasi usually, nag-German ako. That's my second, that was my primary language sa linguistics. So, yes, I know. That's how it's pronounced. Kaya lang, di ba, sinasabi natin na may artista nga dito sa Pilipinas na Eric ang pangalan na I find really, really awkward. Sabi ni Pendong, kasi may file siya sa website ng Embassy ng US na Eric Tulfo at meron din siyang Erwin Tulfo US citizen. Yung Eric lang ang naboljack. No, usually magkaka-record ka na sa anihin ka na ng US Embassy. Alam mo naman, payagan nila yung isa, samantalang alam nilang iisang tao lang. Andun sa findings nila. Double check ko hindi ko nabasa ng gusto, but I think both passports are cancelled. Kung hindi ako magkakamali. Wala. Yung Eric din yung gamitin ko. Okay. Pag kumain ka na, sir. Ayan. Ito, may bag. Sorry, ang gulo ko. Ayan. Ito muna tayo sa labas kasi wala pa naman sila. Hi kay Catherine. JG says, watching from New York system. Uy, thank you, Ma'am Catherine. Phil Shield says, kung mag-resign siya or whatever na mag-asylum siya sa US, pwede na siyang hulihin doon. Oo, correct. At managot doon sa kaso niya ay kung may criminal case po na nakafile sa kanya. So far, it is an administrative case base doon sa documents na nilabas ni Madam Maharlika. But, we're not saying na walang criminal case. Kasi, kung yun yung batas, hindi ko sure kung meron kulong talaga. Sabi ni Ma'am Edma, baka maghihigpit mag-apply ng US visas at renew like nangyari sa 90s. Ganun din nangyari in the 80s. Kaya pala dumikit sila ni Tamba, may milagro pala rin sila. Oo nga, ano. Ngayon ko lang napansin. Buti napansin nyo. Hindi ko napagtugma eh. So, ayan. Sabi ni mga Joselito, dapat ipatulfo yan si Eric Silvestre. Oo nga naman. Dito mo na? Ay, ang ganda ng light. Sabi ni Kabi Blue, si Erwin, tiniwalag sa iglesia noon at tinanggal din sa ABS-CBN kasabay ni Erwin na tiwalag at tinanggal sa ABS-CBN ay si Daniel Rason. Oh, si Kuya Daniel. Sabi ni Boses TVPH, kawawang mga Pilipino ngayon damay sa kahihiyan. Kinakahiya kasi ni US President Trump si Presidente Bongbong Marcos kaya hindi siya inimbita. Ay ganun ba? It's official na ba? He is not invited. Ano na?
Baka maano ka sa music copyright.
Oo nga. Ay, oo nga. So, lalayo lang ako sa music, magka-copyright strike yan pagka kung sakasakali. Yan. Malayo. Naririnig pa rin ba? Kasi kung sakali natin, i-demonetize ko na lang kesa maka-copyright strike. Sabi ni Pendong, sa farm po, Old MacDonald, nag-aral si Eric sa Amerika, di siya nag-school. Wow, Happy New Year! Sabi ni Noel, sino nag-file ng irrevocable resignation? May 3 candidates ako dyan. Pero ang pinaka nakikita ko ay hindi babae, lalaki. Pero meron din pala possibility yung isang babae kasi on the way out na rin lang naman. Sabi ni Blunt and Tackless, Tulfo's intentions were and are obvious. Oo. Ma'am Marie says, pwede bang hindi na siya mabigyan ng passport ever kasi nagpeke siya ng documents niya? I think dapat our DFA should take note. Ito to, sabi ni Pili Link. If ever, is there a chance in the future if retired na si Eric dito sa Pinas, then ayusin niya yung naging problem sa passport and going back to the US? I suppose so. Depende yan sa sa US rules. Yung iba kasi, ang ginagawa nila is after a certain number of years, I understand sa kanilang immigrations, is that kung kunwari may immigrations violation ka, o let's say overstaying ka, tapos pinauwi ka, pagka nakalipas noon ng 10 years, pwede ka na uli mag-apply ng visa. Ewan ko ngayon kung covered yung ganito na na violations. Sabi ni CRTV, I bet the other siblings know about Erwin's multiple passports. If US requests extradition of Tulfo, will PH grant the request? Extradition ay kung mayroon ngang criminal case. I suppose so. Yun nga, ang tanong is, will the Philippines allow extradition? But like I said, and as far as I can see, there is no criminal case pa so far because administrative po yung pag-cancel ng kanyang passport. Pero ito yung value ng kasi ang tingin ko, nakikita ninyo, yung paraan lang, nakikita ko na tina-target ninyo is, kung makasuhan siya for this one, then he will be disqualified. Ang isa is also to look at this as a campaign issue. Kasi he will present himself that he is qualified to be a senator. Samantalang may ganito siyang kontrobersiya. He lied under oath. He falsified US documents. He admits it naman so hindi siya talaga ganun ka-controversial. So ito po goes into the character of the candidate, yung character niya. ito ba ay maaari natin, dapat pa bang iboto yung mga katulad na ganyan na willing at nahuli na nga na nag-misrepresent sa sarili niya. Sabi ni Lala, hindi ba sa hearing ng Senado nag-work siya sa US military? Opo, kasama nga po yun doon. Kaya nga po may documents. Yung documents na present ni Madam Maharlika are most likely the ones from the Commission on Appointments. Sabi ni Insights and Inquiries, tatakbo si Erwin sa Senate pag dun siya magtago sa immunity ng Senate. Oh, no, he cannot do that. Ang immunity po is called the speech and debate clause. Dalawa yung immunities na yan. One is for what he says or does in aid of legislation or sa speeches niya or in debates in the Senate, assuming na ma-elect siya. So, pero he is not immune from criminal cases that have nothing to do with that. So, kung sakasakali na may criminal case na kaakibat itong kasong ito, then he is not immune from that. Now, they are immune from arrest. Pagka for crimes that are punishable by less than 6 years while they are in the Senate and only pag may session. So, naalala nyo dati may warrant of arrest si Sunny Trillanes. Nagstay muna siya sa Senado in the hopes na hindi siya arestuhin. Pero the moment nag-recess na ang Senado, he had to turn himself in. Sabi ni Way I See It, ginastify ni Ambassador Babes yung di pag-invite kay BBM sa Trump inauguration. Di raw talaga nag-invite ng mga heads of state. Maiba naman ngayon daw. Pero invited daw si Xi Jinping for reports. Yun na nga. Ay nako, ano na lang yan. Excuses. Sabi ni Len, how was he able to produce a birth certificate in the first place? Ma'am, falsified nga po. Sabi ni Grace, ano yung mas mabigat? Yung kay Mayor Alice Go o yung kay Sir Erwin Attorney? Sa ngayon, ma'am, magkaiba po kasing jurisdictions. Yung isa ay US jurisdiction, yung isang allegation nila is Philippine jurisdiction. So, wala rin pa po ako during the course of the Senate hearing, wala po akong nakikita na ebidensya to support ang china-charge nila kasi kay Ma'am Alice, kay Mayor Alice is, ano ba yun, espionage or falsification na she misrepresented herself as a Filipino citizen. Pero yung mga ganyan, kailangan pang patunayan sa hukuman. Hindi ko po nakikita kasi na may falsification, pero yun po ang allegation ng Kongreso na she falsified her birth certificate to make it look like she's a Filipino citizen. Ayun, sabi ni Libra, the Hugo Boss company was one of the companies that produced these black uniforms for the SS. Hugo Boss was not involved in the design. Production lang pala. Designed by SS members siya, Carl Diebich, and Walter Heck. Andiyan na sila. O, ayun. So, patapos na po yung live natin. Sorry, maikli lang. Akala ko talaga matatraffic tayo. Sabi ni Ma'am Marie, bakit si Alice Guo na peke daw na nila sa papako daw nila sa Cruz, pero kaya ba nilang imbestigahan at kastiguhin si Eric? Oo nga eh. Dapat nga, mas madali nga yung kay Eric kasi ano lang siya, Committee on Ethics lang sa Kongreso. Ba't di nila tinatanggal? Yung kay Congressman, ano ba yun? Sino yung taga Iloilo? Teves? Kay Congressman Teves naman, di ba? Mabilis pa sa alas 4 eh. Hindi pa nga siya na-charge sa DOJ eh. Tanggal na siya kagad sa Kongreso. Sabi ni Insights, ay sus, invited po yung ibang mga presidents at PM ng ibang bansa. Yun na nga eh, masama yata yung excuse na binigay kasi mabibisto lang yan on the day of inauguration. Sabi ni ACM Martinez, sa daming galit sa kanila ba't pa natin iisiping maging senador yung mga ganitong tao? I agree. The power is ours. Wag silang iboto, bobo lang boboto sa kanila. Or misinformed, horribly misinformed. Kaya nga po ginamit talaga nila ang media. Ginamit talaga nila yung programa nila to project themselves as patriots para ipakita nila na kunwari they care about the country. Pero yung totoo niyan, they don't really even care about the laws. Sabi ni Red Hayes, if given a chance to become one of the counsels of VP Inday in the impeachment, what would be your choice to defend amongst the complaints served? I don't think that you can choose. But even assuming that I could, okay, ganito yun. One of the first things that a lawyer would do to protect his client is to shut up about what the defenses are. In the early stages, you don't broadcast your defense. You don't want your opponent to be prepared in advance. You want to take every single advantage. So the first thing you have to do as a lawyer is to let other people do the talking at sila po ay maghanda para dun sa kaso. Ngayon pa lang, I am sure, tapos na ang research. Kasi alam ko si VP Inday, matagal na niyang inaral lahat ng mga anggulo at possibilities dyan sa impeachment na yan. She is more than ready and she knows that pagka natuloy ang impeachment, it's not even a battle for hearts and minds, but only a battle to show the logic of the defense as against the lack of logic and evidence of the prosecution. Yan, sabi ni Andre, yung magkakapatid na yan, ginagamit nila yung mga maghihirap nating kababayan sa kanilang programa, palalabasin nila na nakakatulong sila pero pinagkakakitaan din naman sila. Yun na nga, actually, yung entertainment value ang kinukuha nila dun sa mga humihingi ng tulong sa kanila, and it's for the ratings. Can Erwin Tulfo be held liable under RA 6713 for violation of one of the two norms of conduct of a public servant? Norms of professionalism and justness and sincerity. Now, these norms must be reduced into an enforceable rule. So, kailangan nakalagay doon. Ano yung standards of professionalism na susundan? That is why kailangan specifically stated kung ano yung punishable acts. Particularly, if you're talking about criminal acts. Kailangan may notice tayo exactly what kind of behavior could land us in jail. Kasi yun po ay nire-require ng due process ng Constitution. Due process clause ng Constitution. Dumaguete si Teves. Dumaguete? Tama ba? Dumaguete si Teves. Pakicheck si Arnie Teves. Ipabitag at ipatulfo yung con artist na si Erwin. Pendong says dahil palpak na ang pamumuno ni BBM, pabagsak ang bansa, baka ibenta na ni Trump kay Xi Jinping, kaya di na siya inimbita. Kawawa naman tayo.
Arnolfo Teves Jr. ba? Negros Oriental 3rd District.
Yun, Negros Oriental. Tama?
3rd District.
Hindi ba covered ang Dumaguete sa Negros Oriental? Biglang meron akong researcher dito. Hi kayo kay Dion.
Happy New Year! Sana ba na New Year nyo?
Yun. Sabi ni Ma'am Maria Cristina Garcia, invited po ba si Tatay Dig sa inauguration ni Trump? Nakita ko pong pinost ni Bobby Tiglao. May lumalabas nga pong nabalita na ganon, and I have it from 2 different sources. So, pero like I said, as long as hindi pa yan kino-confirm ng kahit sino, it remains bali-balita. Pero mayroon nga pong lumalabas na ganon. Yes, kasama daw ang Dumaguete sa Negros Oriental. Ito, sabi ni Ma'am Agnes, my question is the same on the action of Romualdez regarding the Okada case. Can he be held liable under RA 6713 for violation of one of the 8 norms of conduct? Ma'am, okay, yung violation has to be hindi sa norms, doon sa specific na provision. You cannot be diba, sabi ng due process clause, no person may be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law. Sa due process, kailangan may violate ka na batas, and yung batas kailangan valid. Para maging valid ang isang batas, there must be specificity to it. The norms of conduct will possibly be can be invoked in an administrative proceeding. Pero kung ang tinatanong ninyo is na criminal proceeding, hindi po. Okay? Pero yun nga, what I'm pointing out here is that you are overlooking the campaign aspect of this. I understand that you're looking for a law to hold him liable dito sa Pilipinas. And yes, that's part of our frustration. Pero, syempre, we have to be very honest with you about what the limitations of the law, which is why we keep telling our friends, be careful who you vote for, because the laws are that way precisely because of the kind of congressmen and senators that we vote for. Sabi ni Marshall yung lupa na nasunog ng Manila Post Office, baka ipagbili rin ni BBM. Ay, hala. Well, yes, that actually belongs to the government, no? Yikes, wag naman sana. Pero very prime. Ito, sabi ni Ma'am Fe, dapat din may maghigpit na requirements sa mga TV networks sa mga bumibili ng prime time slots para sa purposes ng political programs or kahit election campaign advertisements. Scrutinize how they can afford the network's airtime or radio broadcast at this time. Yes, but that's not mandatory. It remains voluntary on their part. Pero you're right, dapat. Diba? It's the only way that we can assure ourselves that the public is not exposed to people na budol. Sabi ni Libra, Negros Oriental's 3rd Congressional District. Okay, thank you. Okay, so andito na po kasi yung mga ka-meeting ko. Pero, ayan, bago ang lahat. Sabi ni Ma'am Agnes, ang dumi ng 19th Congress, daming shady characters. Naku ma'am, siguro, oo, pwedeng gawing slogan yan. Totoo yan. Diba? Shady talaga. At saka, wala silang, hindi nyo ba napansin na ang daming publicity when it comes to their investigations. Pero recently, ang mga naipasa nilang mga batas, parang hindi nila talaga inaayos. Tingnan mo, nagkakalat sila sa ibang bansa pagkatapos pagdating dito sa Pilipinas, ay, walang liability kasi hindi nila inayos yung batas. Dapat hindi ka na accessible dito sa gobyerno. Dapat hindi ka i-deny ka na or at least mapagbawalan ka to go into public office for a certain number of years. Pero parang yung sa pagka na-convict ka for libel, hindi ka pwede maging kandidato for 5 years. Pero tingnan mo yan, nagkalat ka sa ibang bansa, mayroong 5 minutes ko. Ang ingay-ingay ko kasi. So yung mga ganyan. Nobody is tingnan mo yung mga natin, can they do that? I mean, magkakalat sila nga sa ibang bansa tapos iyan, may record. No wonder hindi siya nakapasa sa Commission on Appointments. Tapos, in spite of all that, may endorso pa po ng administrasyon na makapag-congressman siya. Paano siya nag-qualify siya as party list representative last minute. Pero ngayon, hindi na daw yan magagawa. Ay, kaloka. Noon, nung pwede pa, pinasa siya. Pero ngayon, for anybody else, hindi na sila pwedeng umupo bilang kongresista. Wala nang substitutions. Sabi ni Cutie Chair ko, oo, yan, nag-iimbestiga yun pala sila ang may mga nakatagong mga bako ngayon sumisingaw. Yan nga po. Pati yung mga, among themselves, may mga ganyan pala. So, tama. And for campaign purposes, wag na po, ang aanahin natin is, kung nagsisinungaling siya sa ganyan, in that kind of way, talagang willing siya to lie so blatantly and involve another government, pagkatapos iboboto natin into public office, parang wait. Diba? So, yun. Maraming salamat sa lahat ng sumubaybay. Thank you very much kay Ma'am Rose, kay Ma'am Maria, at kay Ma'am Catherine. Pasensya na, mabilis lang. Pero magla-live po tayo uli, lalo na pa uwi mamaya. May ka-meeting lang po ako ngayon. So, at maraming salamat po. Will, kung mayroong pang issues na kailangan liwanag natin, i-prepare nyo lang yung questions for tonight. Yan, sabi ni Anton, 0 vote para kay Tulfo. Any Tulfo, all Tulfos. So remember, may mga iba pang tumatakbo dyan. Merong nasa party list. Ha? Huwag niyong palalampasin yan. Okay? So, ingat-ingat lang dun sa iboboto natin. So, maraming salamat.